story so that you can look at that painting and understand the story. We even have our villain for the story, which is Facilier, who's sort of a witch doctor character who comes into the story and casts his evil spell, and we see him kind of drifting away in the smoke from the smokestack of the riverboat. You know, every element, the good, the bad, and the whole story, the love story itself, brought to life in a single image.
And Tom, you seem, I mean, with this now the fifth in the Disney, sort of Disney characters, obviously the first two being the Disney 50th anniversary piece of Disneyland and the 35th anniversary piece of Disney World, and now the first in the Disney Discoveries collection. How would you, when you look at this piece, how do you position it in your overall career? I mean, looking at it from that perspective.
Well, I think this is the strongest statement of mood of any of my Disney Celebration paintings. The 4 paintings I did in the Disney Dreams collection so far all tell a story of a classic feature. So we bring to that story, you know, our memories of Snow White or Pinocchio or Peter Pan. We have those memories and we've experienced it, but this is a brand new story. So when I painted this one, I thought scenically. I wanted the painting to be its own statement of beauty. It wasn't just one that we've seen because we know the story. For many of us, the Princess and the Frog story is going to be brand new when we see the movie. That's right. I mean, it isn't a movie we grew up with. We haven't seen it dozens of times. This is a brand new discovery. And that's why I call the collection the Disney Discoveries Collection. So just like the Disney Dreams grouping of paintings will form an entire collection that fits together, celebrating those classic movies, this collection, Disney Discoveries, will be a series of paintings that are connected together, celebrating the classics of the future, the new paintings of new features that are just being experienced by people for the first time. So when you look at Princess and the Frog, my goal with this painting was to make it romantic, make it inviting. You may not know who Louis is, the character down there, the crocodile that's playing the trumpet. You may not know who Firefly Ray is, or Facilier, or Prince Naveen and Princess Tiana. You may not know the story itself, but you will be drawn into that image. You're going to see the sense of romance. You're going to know that this is an exciting adventure waiting to happen.
And Tom, we know, in sort of wrapping this up, we know that Disney Dreams is going to have 12 pieces in the collection. Disney Discoveries, you've made it fairly public that we don't know how many pieces will be in that collection, do we?
Well, this collection is exciting because it's going to be a living experience that we all get to unfold and unwrap together. I mean, we know the first one, which is Princess and the Frog. We've been told that Rapunzel is being created right now as we speak. The early design work was announced at the Disney D23 convention. John Lasseter, the wonderful visual stylist for the Disney Studios, came out and said, you know, we're excited about Rapunzel and we hope to have that one out as soon as we can. So I'm hoping to do a tribute painting to each of the new great Disney animated features that are going to be released in the next few years. I think the collection will feature several different paintings, and the collection will be an ongoing document of these new classics that Disney is creating. I'm just thrilled, Rick, because I'm part of this process. I get to work alongside the designers to craft these images and share them with the public right as the movies are being created.
And you know, the one thing that we know for certain, there are 4 pieces so far in the Disney Dreams collection. This, in Disney Discoveries, is the first piece in the Disney Discoveries collection, and it is the smallest edition size of any of the previous Disney releases. So the collectability of this particular piece, first, it being a very small edition size, and secondly, because it's the first in a brand new series, is certainly going to be a unique opportunity for the diehard Kincaid collector.
Well, this is a collector's dream come true. You know, Disney is releasing Princess and the Frog with a full expression of fanfare. I mean, this is going to be on front covers of magazines. There's going to be publicity that rolls out. I've heard there's even going to be a big unveiling at the Chicago Disney store. You know, this is going to be exciting. Everybody's going to be talking about Princess and the Frog, just like when Gone with the Wind was released. And you know, it became a phenomenon. Or just like when The Wizard of Oz first came out, it became a phenomenon. There were paintings and posters that were celebrating that feature when it first came out. This is the kind of excitement that we're going to see with Princess and the Frog. And for collectors, it's a chance to get in on the ground floor. There's going to be other paintings in the Discovery the Discoveries collection, but this is the very first one.
And like the other Disney Dreams collection, they'll be able to collect a particular size, number, and edition, and be able to follow through with that in the continuity program. They'll actually be able to create a legacy, a history for their own family of continuity pieces that fall into the Discoveries collection.
Well, this is what's exciting about it. You purchase your first piece in the Discoveries collection, you're taking part in a bit of history. And then, as you say, it is a legacy that can grow. Now, this series will be limited by the simple fact that Disney is creating these movies very painstakingly. They're slow to create. These are hand-drawn animated features. There's a lot of work that goes into these. So usually they will release one of those about once a year. So as the movies are released, I hope to pay tribute through my Disney Discoveries collection. But you know, Rick, there's only one first painting, and this is it. The first painting in the series. Now, when I worked on this painting, I was aware of one thing. Collectors are going to get excited because there is a sense of mood and color to the painting, but it's also exciting because of New Orleans. Now, there's been a lot of talk about New Orleans and about, you know, the rebuilding that's going on in that city. Well, isn't it wonderful that this is the first feature set in New Orleans? And when you see that riverboat steaming up there, doesn't it just make you want to go down to the bayou and sit there and eat some crawfish and get some of that Louisiana-style cooking? I mean, this is the kind of setting that we all dream of going to.
Yeah, and you know, when we think about New Orleans, we think about that American spirit, that rebirth that's going on. It's going on right now in Galveston, too. We have a new gallery opening up there after the big hurricane. And that spirit really shows through in this painting.
Well, it's a colorful painting. It's filled with a sense of music. There's a lot of wonderful Randy Newman music in the movie. And this is a painting to sit and ponder. When I look at that painting, I feel happy. Yeah. You know, I see that sunset, I see those fireflies, I see the lovers standing under the tree, I see the crocodile playing his tune on his trumpet. You know, this is like a jazz celebration of New Orleans, Dixieland. You know, you go to New Orleans Square in Disneyland. It was always one of my favorite places. You feel happy when you're there. That's really the theme of the painting.
Yeah. So that's it, folks. We're here at live at Ivy Gate Studio. Thomas Kinkade has just presented the newest masterpiece. And you collectors, you're going to want to talk to your dealers about the editions and the sizes, the numbers that are available. This is going to be an instant sellout. The dealers have received an allocation. That allocation is very limited. We expect very quick sellout on this, and so you'll want to make sure and get your name on the list before no other pieces remain. And Tom, I've just got to say, as a tribute to what you've been able to do with Disney, one of our collectors said, in an admiring way, that it looks as if Thomas Kinkade has created the storyline and Disney created the movie from it. And I've got to tell you, it is absolutely amazing to look at your newest narrative panorama.
Well, it's an exciting collaborative process. I mean, the fun part about working with the people at Disney, there's no shortage of creative people.
No,
I mean, everyone there shares that vision, shares that excitement. But you know, it's month by month that they keep working on the movie, and as the excitement builds, it just keeps getting better. Well, that happened with this painting. I got to say, I started in sketching it, and then I started putting the detail in. I think one of the breakthroughs came when I realized how reflective the surface of that river was, and all those lights sort of twinkling and reflecting down. You know, it just keeps getting better. And I think this Princess and the Frog painting is my best Disney yet, and I hope everyone out there will agree.
Thanks a lot, folks.
Bye-bye now.